Alright guys, tonight we're going to be doing lesson 1-6. Looks like we're doing dividing fractions and mixed numbers. So let's go ahead and begin. We've got in 12 and 13, complete each division sentence using the models provided. We've got 1/3 divided by 1/12. We remember that we have to use keep, change, flip. Whenever we go ahead and divide fractions. All right, and that simply means we're going to keep the first fraction the same, change from division multiplication, and flip the second fraction. So we keep the first fraction the same, 1/3. We change from division to multiplication. And we're going to be flipping the second fraction. Now we multiply the top number, and the bottom by the bottom. And this will give us 12/3. Know that every fraction is a division problem, and this means 12 divided by 3, which is 4. All right, number 13 is for you to do, and I'm going to move on to number 14. Provide each quotient. We have 2/3 divided by 1/3. Well, again, using keep, change, flip, we keep the first one the same. We multiply, and we flip the second one. And now we see we have 2 times 3, which is 6. 3 times 1, which is 3. And 6 divided by 3 equals 2. All right. You got number 15. I'm going to do number 16. 1/4 divided by 1/12. So again, we keep the first one the same. We change to multiplication. We flip the second one. Some of you are wondering why I haven't used the butterfly method yet. And so I'm going to go ahead and start using it right here. Before we multiply across, if we see that the numbers across from each other are divisible or have a common denominator, something that we can divide into both of them, then we can go ahead and do that before we multiply. I know 4 and 12 are both divisible by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. Now I have 1 times 3, which is 3, and 1 times 1, which is 1. And that's just going to give me 3. That was a demonstration of the butterfly method. I'm going to go ahead and show it the regular way now. 1/4 times 12/1. And that would equal, 1 times 12 is 12. And 4 times 1 is 4. Now we take 4 divided by 12, and again, you see, we get 3. So no matter what, we're going to get the same answer. All right, let's go ahead and work number 18. We got 5/14. And we're dividing, so we're going to multiply it by the inverse, which is 7/4. I'm going to use the butterfly method here because I think it'll be easier. 7/14 are both divisible by 7. 7 goes into 14 2 times, so I'll cross out 14 and put 2. And 7 goes into 7 1 time, so I'll cross out 7 and put 1. And now I got 5 times 1, that's going to equal 5. And I got 2 times 4, and that's going to equal 8. And so my answer is 5/8. Let's try number 20. We got 7/12. We're changing from multiplication or division to multiplication, and we're flipping the next one, which is 4 over 3. We know 12 and 4 are divisible by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Now 7 times 1 equals 7. And 3 times 3 is 9. And our answer is 7 over 9. All right, let's go on to 22. We have 4 over 9. We're changing from division to multiplication using keep, change, flip. In my class, sometimes I teach Casey Kentucky Fried Chicken. His finger looking good. But it's the same thing. We keep, we flip, we change. It's the same steps. And over here, now we would take just a 3 over 2. Well, we see that 9 and 3 are both divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 4 and 2 are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And now 2 times 1 is going to equal, this is actually, I already know it's 2/3 because this is 1 over 1. So I'm basically multiplying this number by 1. But I'll go through the long way. 2 times 1 is 2. And 3 times 1 is 3. And our answer is 2/3. Number 24, we have 3 over 10. And we're changing division to multiplication. And this will be 5 over 3. Remember, we used the reciprocal, that we inverse of our fraction there. We see that 3 is across from each other, so we can cross them out because they're both divisible by 3, leaving us 1. We see 10 and 5 are across from each other. They're both divisible by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Once again, I have 1 over 1, so now I know my answer is going to be 1/2, but I'll go the long step. 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. Our answer is 1/2. All right, we're off to number 26. So it's a large bag, contains 12 over 15 pounds of granola. How many 1/3 pound bags can be filled with this amount? How much granola is left over? Well, if we have 12 over 15 pounds, and we want to divide that by 1/3. Remember, this is the same 12 over 15. Times 3 over 1. We find that reciprocal, right? That inverse of 1 over 3. Okay, and we see that 3 and 15 are both divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now 12 times 1, that'll be 12. We have 5 times 1, which is 5. And remember, this is an improper fraction. Every fraction is really a division problem. 12 divided by 5. Well, that's going to give me 2. 2 left over. So my answer has to be how many 1/3 pound bags can be filled? 2 of them can be. 2 bags with we have 2/5 left over. 2/5. I guess pounds of granola left over, huh? And I'm actually going to have to correct this because I realized when we made this calculation, we were trying to find out how many 1/3 pound bags we can make. So in actuality, we will have 2/5 of, let's see, we have to reword this, 2/5 of a 1/3 pound bag left over. All right, that is more accurate because we're not trying to find out how many pounds we would have left over. We're trying to find out how many bags we can make. So yeah, that is a more accurate reflection of what we found. 2 bags, 2 full 1/3 pound bags, and then 2/5 of a 1/3 pound bag left over. All right, number 27 was yours to do. Number 28, the area of a rectangle painted is 1/6 square yard. The width is 2/3 yard. What is the length of the painting? All right, so the area of a rectangular painting, okay, and we're talking about the entire area here. Sorry for the horrible painting. We know that the area is 1/6 square yard, okay? I should put yard square. All right. Let's see here. So in this formula, that's the area there. That would be 1/6. And it says the width is 2/3. So this would be 2/3 of a yard. We're trying to find out how much that is. So this is going to be equal to 1/6 is equal to the length times 2/3, because 2/3 is the width. They want to know what is the length. All right, so now that we got all that figured out, let me erase this. Give me some room to work. Well, we know that we can go ahead and divide this out, right, and get the L by itself, because either being multiplied to do the opposite, we need to divide. So this is going to turn to 1/6 divided by 2/3 C equals the length. Now, some people might say you could go ahead and say you're multiplying the inverse if you wanted to, Mr. Meadows, and that would be multiplying 3/2. And I would say you're basically going to result in doing the same thing, right? Because whatever you do to this side, you do this side, so you would multiply this side to 3/2. But in doing it in the way that I did it over here, okay, remember we have a complex fraction. We use keep, change, flip. So this is going to turn to 1/6 times 3 over 2. That's exactly what we have over here. All right, and this is going to be pretty easy. 1 times 3 is 3, and 6 times 2 is 12. Or I could remember that 3 and 6 are both divisible by 3, so 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 2 is 4. All right, and now we know that the length has to be 1/4 of a yard. Okay, so what is the length of the painting? 1/4 yard. All right, you guys have number 29. Let's go to number 30. And I think that's my last one tonight. A cafeteria uses 1/6 pound of coffee to fill a large coffee dispenser. The cafeteria has 2/3 pound of coffee to use. Complete the model with the right to find how many coffee dispensers the cafeteria can use. Well, let's see. So we got 2/3 pound of coffee. So it looks like they shaded 2 out of 3 areas, right? And since we need 1/6 pound of coffee to fill it, then that tells me that each one of these, I'm just going to shift this over a tad bit. Oh, I might have some more here. I thought that might be my last one, but I might have a little more after this. Okay, and this would be 1/6. All right, this would also be 1/6. All right, this would also be 1/6. Okay, tells me we're probably going to have 4. Let's go ahead and use math to solve this. Write a division sentence, describe the model, and tell how many dispensers can be filled. You might be tempted to put 1/6 pound divided by 2/3, but remember, the cafeteria has 2/3 pounds of coffee to use. We're dividing that 2/3 by 1/6 pound for each coffee dispenser, right? Pound of coffee to fill, yeah, the large coffee dispenser. So this is really 2/3 divided by 1/6. Which is really going to be equal to 2/3 multiplied to 6 over 1. We know 6 and 3 are both divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And now we have 2 times 2 on the top, which is 4. And 1 times 1 on the bottom, which is 1. And like I said a second ago, that equates to 4 dispensers that can be filled. All right, let's see. We're off to number, let's see, I did 30, so 31 is yours to do. I got 32. How many 1-inch pieces can be cut from a metal 5/8 inch long? Once again, don't confuse the first fraction coming first in the problem and putting it in the front of our equation, because remember, this says how many 1/4 pieces can be cut from a piece of metal 5/8 inches long. So we have 5/8 inch long metal to use. There's no more than it's going to be that 5/8. And how many 1/4? So we're dividing that 5/8 by 1/4. That's going to be equal to 5/8 times 4 over 1. Remember, we flipped that second one. We can see that 4 and 8 go into each, are both divisible by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4, well, that's 2. Now I got 5 times 1, which is 5, and 2 times 1, which is 2. And this is an improper fraction, which is really equal to 2 1/2. So how many? We can cut 2 1/2, 2 1/4 pieces, and then we'll have 1/2 of a 1/4 piece. I guess it'd be 1/8 of an inch long, right? So 2 1/2 1/4 pieces. All right. And I believe 33 is yours to do. That ends my help for tonight. I hope that gave you an idea of what to do. And good luck. See you in class.